Good morning, my dear third semester electrical students. I have already discussed what is boiler and its function and what are the mountings of a boiler and accessories of a boiler. Now I will discuss what are the difference between water tube boiler and fire tube boiler. First, in the water tube boiler, hot flue gases pass around a large number of tubes through which the water circulated. Whereas in a fire tube boilers, the hot gases pass through the flue tubes which are surrounded by water. Second one, in the water tube boilers, the furnace will be situated outside the boiler cell. Whereas in a fire tube boiler, the furnace will be within the boiler cell. Third one, the initial cost of water tube boiler is higher, but in case of fire tube boiler, initial cost is less for the same capacity. Number 4, water tube boiler occupies much space than fire tube boiler for a given power. And in case of water tube boilers, water will be continuous circulation between the drum and the tubes. Whereas in a fire tube boilers, water circulates within the drum itself. Number 6. Examples of water tube boilers are Babcock and Wilcox boiler. Whereas examples of fire tube boilers are Cochrane boiler, Cornish boiler, locomotive boilers, Lancashire boiler, etc. Now I will discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of water tube boiler over fire tube boilers. Now I will discuss what are the advantages of water tube boiler over fire tube boiler. First one is, in case of water tube boilers, the ratio of water contents to steam capacity is comparatively less than the fire tube boiler. Hence, water tube boiler quickly generate steam of the required pressure than the fire tube boiler. Second one is, in case of water tube boilers, do not contain any tube inside the drum. Hence, the diameter of the drum of the water tube boiler will be less than that of the fire tube boiler. Third one is, the heat transfer in the water tube boiler is more effective than the fire tube boiler, since the hot gases flow at right angles to the water tube. Advantages of water tube boiler against fire tube boiler. Fourth one is, for a given power, water tube boiler occupies less space than that of the fire tube boiler. Next point, all parts of water tube boilers are easily accessible when compared to the fire tube boilers for cleaning, repairing and inspection. Last advantages of water tube boiler and fire tube boilers is that water tube boilers can be easily dismantled, conveniently transported and created quickly at the site than a fire tube boiler. Next class I will discuss what are the disadvantages of water tube boilers and fire tube boilers. Thank you.